John Thompson.
And I'm Dory Austin for Noteworthy News.
Where the news is always noteworthy.
And we'll see you right back here tomorrow.
But until then, have a great day.
And we're out.
Dory, a word, please.
Sure.
Why don't you have a seat?
You want to talk on Seth?
Yeah, there's something I need to talk to you about, and, well, I thought it might be best to do it when there are people around.
I get a feeling I'm not going to like this.
I have a feeling you're going to hate this.
Okay, just spill it.
Well, as you know, I'm just deeply appreciative for all that you've done in your many years of service to the station, and, well...
Am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? Are you firing me?
You know what? It's not like firing. Think of it more as like early retirement with a really generous severance package.
And you thought by telling me in front of all these people that I wouldn't freak out?
It's my hope.
What makes you think I wouldn't freak out in front of people?
I don't know. Wishful thinking, I guess. Look, Dory, the thing is, this decision isn't up to me. Our ratings have been dropping, and management wants to make a change in the station, kind of give it a facelift, so to speak.
Excuse me?
No, that's not exactly what I meant. Well, yes, it is what I mean, but what I'm trying to tell you is your image doesn't quite fit the direction they want to take the show, and Dory, I'm sorry, but I have to let you go.
I don't believe this.
Dory, just
calm down. You want me to calm down? You want me to calm down after you do something like this in front of all my peers, my co-workers, the people that I respect, that I hope respect me as a woman, as a newscaster? I tracked this station out of the dark ages and brought it into the 21st century. But no, I didn't think like this. Barbara Walters has me on speed dial.
We're talking like early retirement.
I brought the station from nothing to this.
Tell me your blue skies fade to gray. They tell me your passion's gone away, and I don't need no carrying on. Stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with a coffee to go.
I'm not going.
And tell me your life's been way offline. You're falling to pieces every time, and I don't need no carrying on. Because you had a bad day, you're taking one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around.
Morning, Alyssa. Welcome to your first day as new anchor and co-host of Noteworthy News.
Thanks, John.
Nervous?
A little.
Don't be nervous. It's not like it's your first day at the station. You've been working towards this position for the last 5 years. And I
Nice
say you've earned it.
of you to say, John, but Dory left some pretty big shoes to fill, and I can't help but think that people are going to be comparing us.
Maybe in the beginning. But just remember that it was Dory who was the first woman to break the glass ceiling and make her way onto the broadcasting. She replaced a man to do it.
Okay, if you're trying to make me feel better, it's not working.
Listen, all I'm trying to say is if you want to earn Dory's respect, make her proud by showing you deserve to be here. That's what she had to do.
We go live in 10 seconds.
You ready?
As I'll ever be.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to Noteworthy News.
Where the news is always noteworthy.
Today, as we say goodbye to broadcasting's first ever female anchor, our beloved Dory Austin, we would like to welcome in her place our new co-host of Noteworthy News, Alyssa Needle.
Thanks, John. But Dory left some pretty big shoes to fill, and I'm going to do my best to make her proud.
So let's get right to our first story. We're looking at how far the role of women has come over these past 60 years.
My grandmother tells me that when she was a little girl, women had few choices. They could be a housewife or a stay-at-home mom, a nurse, a school teacher, a waitress, a secretary, a mill worker, or they could work in retail.
And it's not to say that these jobs weren't important, but the point is, this is all women could do.
With us today is Reagan McFarland, the star of the Broadway hit Working, currently running on Broadway. She is here to shine a light on the plight of the mill-working woman at this time. Please welcome Reagan McFarland. Welcome, Reagan. It's great to have you on the show with us.
Thanks, Alyssa. It's a pleasure to be here.
In preparing for your role, I imagine you've done a fair amount of research on women of this topic.
Yes, it wasn't uncommon for women back then to work physically grueling shifts that lasted 8, 10, 12 hours long while still maintaining roles on the home front.
Clearly, we still have a long way to go.
Yes, we do.
What about a mill worker's life? What was that like?
Well, as I said, it was a physically grueling shift, 8, 10 hours long. But sadly, one thing that still hasn't changed today is that women still do not receive equal pay while still performing the same job as a man.
It's interesting to note that working at the home wasn't recognized as a job, more of a duty for women.
And what's even more interesting is, statistics show if women were paid their actual worth for all the different hats they wore at home, they'd have been making six-figure incomes.
Wow, I can hear my mom now. Someone owes me back pay for the last 30 years.
Reagan, do you feel like this show has given you a different perspective of women on this time?
Absolutely. Women and girls these days have no idea how lucky they are to go to school and college and to just have choices.
So, I hear you're going to treat us with a number from Working.
Yes, I'm singing a song written by James Taylor specifically for this play. I think he really captured the essence of what women went through in this era.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reagan McFarland singing Mill Worker from the Broadway hit Working.
The tanks I work at run 24 hours a day. I work an 8-hour shift with 2 10-minute breaks and a 20-minute break for lunch. But I find it hard to eat my lunch in that span of time, 40 seconds. Granddad was a sailor, and he blew wind off the water. My father was a farmer, and I his only daughter. I took up with a no-good mill-working man from Massachusetts, who died from too much whiskey and leaves me these 3 faces to feed. Mill work ain't easy, mill work ain't hard. Mill work most often is a no good, awful, boring job, and I'm waiting for a daydream to take me through the morning, so I can have my coffee break and I can have my sandwich and remember It's me and my machine for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the afternoon, and the rest of my life. We can't have a man on the tanks with us. They say it's too monotonous. But I think a woman adjusts better than a man, because a woman's used to doing more than two things at a time, where a man can only do about one thing at a time. A woman can care for a child while still doing something else. It's the same way on the tanks. You become so automatic to what you're doing while your mind's somewhere else. My mind begins to wander to my days back on the farm, and I can see my father smiling at me, swinging on his arm, and I can hear my granddad's stories of the storms out on Lake Erie, vessels and cargoes, fortunes and sailors' lives lost. It's my life has been wasted, and I've been a fool to let this manufacturer use my body for a tool. I get to ride home in the evening, staring at my hands, swearing by my sorrow that a young girl ought to stand a better chance. And may I work this mill just as long as I am able, and never meet the man whose name is on the label. It's me and my machine for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the afternoon, and the rest of my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news happening right now.
Yes, it appears that the body of a homeless man was just found on the steps of City Hall.
From what we've learned, he stood on the steps of City Hall all day yesterday, insisting on talking to the mayor.
For more on this story, we go live to Mia Love, who is currently at City Hall now, covering all the latest developments.
Mia, what can you tell us about the man who died last night?
John, I was told by some of the folks who were here yesterday that this man was a homeless veteran, and I'm told he suffered from PTSD.
Do you know what he wanted to talk to the mayor about? Was it about veteran affairs?
No, he wasn't here for himself. He wanted to talk to the mayor about some kids that he knew who didn't have a warm or safe place to stay at night.
I'm sorry, did you say kids?
Yes, apparently these kids go to school during the day, but at night they live with their parents in their cars.
Incredible. It's crazy to think this kind of thing happens in America. Did he ever get to talk to the mayor?
No, they told him to come back tomorrow, but for him, tomorrow never came. He died from exposure overnight, waiting for morning to come.
This is a travesty.
Yeah, Alyssa, it is. And I thought it might help our viewing audience to better understand the homeless if we could talk to someone who's actually living on the streets. I have here with me a young homeless woman. Her name is Kira, and she's agreed to talk to us. So, Kira, how did you become homeless?
Well, the how is always the same no matter who you talk to. For one reason or another, a person finds themselves without the money to keep a roof over their head.
So, I guess the better question is, why did you become homeless?
Yes, I guess that is the question. And you know, the answer is different for everybody.
How long have you been homeless?
I've been living on the streets for about a year now, but I wasn't always homeless. I grew up with a pretty normal family, you know. I had a mom, dad, brothers, sisters. I went to school and even college. In fact, I hold degrees in economics and political science.
So, what happened?
Well, life was great for a while. I mean, I was really living the dream. But then the perfect storm hit and my life just sort of fell apart.
Well, what do you mean by the perfect storm?
Well, my marriage of 5 years ended in divorce because my husband thought I was married to my job. And after he left, I became so depressed that it started taking a toll on me, and I couldn't focus on work and ended up getting fired.
Well, what about family?
Yeah, they help for a while, but you know, eventually you wear out your welcome, and I had to leave. They don't know I'm homeless, though. They think I'm staying with friends.
There has to be help for you somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, the world just thinks you're invisible when you're homeless. They don't care about your story. They think you're lazy and don't want to work. I know because I used to be just like them.
Well, Kira, if there was one thing you wanted the world to know about the homeless, what would it be?
Homeless man in the park, dancing with a shopping cart, looking for a bite to eat, talking to the air. Keep your eyes in front of you, keep him just outside your view. It's easier to walk on by pretending you don't see. But we have been called to more than this. We have been shown a greater love. So just remember, maybe the stranger in your eye could be an angel in disguise. Open your heart to the need that's before you. Give it to mercy, let it shine through you. Don't let this moment pass you by. This could be more than you realize. Moving closer, offer love to the least of these. This could be an angel in disguise. Hungry children on TV, turn it quick before you see. Empty bellies, crying eyes, living in despair. Tell yourself it needs to breathe. There's no difference you can make. Leave it up to someone else. They can do much more. But we have been called to more than this. We have been shown a greater love. So just remember, maybe the stranger in your eye could be an angel in disguise. Open your heart to the need that's before you. Give in to mercy, let it shine through you. Don't let this moment pass you by. This could be more than you realize. Moving closer, offer love to the least of these. This could be an angel for every mother on her own, and every child who's wandered far from home. You could be the one to show a greater love. Maybe the stranger in your eye could be an angel in disguise. Open your heart to the need that's before you. Give it to mercy, let it shine through you. Don't let this moment pass you by. This could be more than you realize. Moving closer, offer love to the least of these. This could be an angel in disguise. In
Woo! The stuff people throw out these days. Excuse me. Junk. like you care about us. You don't know me. You don't know what it's like to live out here.
But I'd like to.
Oh, okay then. Why don't you come and squat with me here for a few months? You know, leave all of your worldly comforts behind. But you wouldn't do that, would you? We're just another story to you.
That's not true.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm homeless because I'm a drug addict. How's that for a story?
But you weren't always a drug addict.
That doesn't really matter. Do you know what I want?
What?
Do you know what I need? I need change. I want change.
Pennies or nickels or dimes, we live in perilous times. I won't ask you to treat me nice. I won't ask you for friendly conversation. I'm not asking for paradise. All I'm asking for is change. Hate me, but don't kick my shins. I'm where your kindness begins. I won't ask you to treat me like your mother. I'm not asking for sympathy. All I'm asking for is change. Change the government, kill the mayor. It's not fair how lives evaporate. Change the system that made us what we are. I won't ask for hugs, just need money to buy more drugs. And if you folks pay, I'll go away. People walk by me with glee. I am what they'll never be. I won't ask you to tip your hat. I won't ask you to notice what I'm wearing. I could care less for things like that. All I'm asking for is change. 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 Pennies or nickels or dimes, we live in paradise.
Listen, I know you don't think that I care, but I do. What if I could give your cause a voice? I could help to educate the public through media. I could help make you more visible to them and try to get more help for you.
Honey, if you really want to help, you've got to start with the man in the mirror.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turned up the candle on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a wounded soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got no place to go. That's why myself and make that. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. You gotta get it right while you got the time. You can't close your mind. Na 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 na. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to tell you about an amazing discovery that could make you a star.
And we're out.
That was amazing.
Yeah, the rush of live TV never gets old.
I love this segment on women in the workforce.
Well, of course you do. You're a woman.
How observant of you, John.
Oh, no, what I mean is...
Maybe you should stop before you dig yourself any deeper.
Right, stopping.
You know, I might be able to personally contribute to this segment.
Really? How so?
Well, I was born with a severe learning disability.
I'm listening.
A severe case of dyslexia, which could have been the ultimate career killer in broadcasting.
Really?